it's Ashley, and I am bringing you another video today, and this one is all about everything influencer marketing. This is my way of not using air quotes around influencer because some reason I am just compelled to do that, and I apologize. If you are an influencer watching this video, you might not like me at the end of it, and I am so sorry for that. I do not mean to discredit the work that you do. I just am old school marketing, and I've had a hard time adopting methods of influencing. And so what I'm doing in this video today is taking a taste of my own medicine and trying to change my own opinion, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So in this video today, we're going to talk about how I approach some influencers on social media to share with them about my candle brand, Upside Goods Company. Now, if you've been following some of my other videos, you know that I am a serial entrepreneur. I do marketing, I do yoga, I help small businesses grow their businesses, and recently, as of December, I launched a product-based business called Upside Goods Company, and I sell candles now. Not only do I sell them, I make them at home, and I've been documenting this entire journey because I feel like, especially in my marketing world, I feel like so many people, one, feel isolated in what they're doing as small business owners and entrepreneurs, but two, there's so many little nuances and questions that come up that I'm going through myself, even though I have vast experience in certain ways, that I just wanted to share and document along the way. And so today's video is no different. We are going to talk about all things influencer marketing, and should you work with an influencer, should you not work with an influencer? If you do, how should you mold and shape that? And I'm going to give you guys hard evidence and facts based on the experience that I had with working with two influencers, specifically on Instagram. So I do want to give some context around that. My candle business is really predominantly focused around marketing on Instagram. I do a little bit on Facebook. I really haven't gotten much solid ground there in regards to conversion rates to sales. And then I'm kind of just dating and flirting around with TikTok, more just to explore and feel old, I guess. Anyway, so I wanted to give you guys that context about this before we get into it. I also wanted to share that at the end of this video, I'm going to be telling you guys what my conclusion is based on the experience I'm going to share with you today. And I'm going to give you an actual bonus tip on the one thing I'm 100% certain you need to do, and it will be tried and true in regards to this whole topic. Hopefully that's a teaser enough. Let me get some coffee. Guys, how cute is my mug? It's Dolly Parton. Pour yourself a cup of ambition. Love you, Dolly. Fix my hair first. So let's get right into it. So what I did is on my personal account of Instagram, not my business account, I went through and I was just kind of seeing who have I been following for a while, and really just started to dive into certain accounts that I thought might be a good fit. Now, for instance, for candles, I thought anything around like home decor, interior design, just kind of those like lifestyle influencers that just have a brand built around like what they're doing at their home, DIY people, people who like books, people who like plants. I felt like all of those are kind of like synergistically working with my brand as well. I really feel like my brand is built on me and my why, and those are just all things that I love, so it made sense because that's really like what my target audience is. And if you're not sure who your target audience is, I know that that's like one of those like alarm statements, like, oh, I should know who my target audience is, and I'm immediately like failing at not doing something. Just take a deep breath. Your target audience is really like, who are you speaking to with your brand? Like, who do you envision buying your brand and your products? That's your target audience. All right, so what I did in regards to setting this up, I obviously found like accounts that I was already following on my personal account. And you don't have to do that. I just felt like my personal account, like I didn't have Upside Goods or my yoga business or anything on my brain. It was just voices and aesthetics that I was drawn to. So it felt more authentic to pick from that kind of batch of following. So I picked 7 different accounts, all women, that I felt like fell into those categories. So home decor, interior design, DIY, plant lovers, candle lovers. And I reached out to 7 of them, and I made very customized and personalized messages to send to them. I was very to the point. I was reaching out to them because I have this candle brand. I tagged it in the message and I said, I'm drawn to your account because of this, or I would love to send you a candle because of this. And I made it very specific in giving them the reasons why I wanted to share my brand with their brand. And out of the 7, only 2 responded, which was plenty for me at the time, because as a small business owner and as a candle maker, it's kind of hard to like give up the product because so much goes into making it. And obviously like our overhead costs and our product costs and everything, I was just like, oh my God, free product. This is like so overwhelming. But 2 of them reached back out to me right away. And one, I felt like they were just flattered and excited. And I could kind of tell that in our exchange. So I was like, all right, let's move forward with this. The other 5 all read my message within amount of time of like 2 or 3 days. I kept checking back to see if it was seen, and they didn't respond. Which is fine. Like, they don't have to. Maybe they're like, I don't have time, or maybe they read it and they forgot about it. That would be sad, because then my brand would be unforgettable or forgettable. And one actually that didn't respond, I was kind of like sad about, because I know her. So I don't know, you know, we always want to like read between the lines on that. And I definitely have gone back and forth on, gosh, why didn't she even get back to me? Because like I personally know her. We haven't connected in a while, but you know, anyway, that was a slippery slope. She still hasn't responded to this day. So the 2 that responded, I got their contact information, their mailing address, and I said, can you please go on our website and let me know which candle you would like? And I offered them a big candle and a small candle. And I will say that one of the girls, she reached back out and she actually like placed an order with me that was well beyond the 2 that I was already offering for free. At first, I was like so off put by this. I don't know, I think it was just like the Ohio in me, like I'm giving you this free product and really like wanting to hear your voice about it. You're just gonna like ask for more. But then after I thought about it, and after I sent her the product, and now in making this video, I have kind of like settled back down from that and not been so off put by it, because I do need to acknowledge that this is a lot of people's jobs and their source of income, and this is their bread and butter. And so I shouldn't be so off put by that. But it was just, it took me back, because I was like, I'm already offering you like $60 worth of product, and now you want it to be $100. And I was like, oh my God. But once I kind of like walked myself back down the mountain that I made out of that and came back down. So what I did is I put together a really nice package for them, just like I do for my other customers. But in these, what I did is I put together just a really personalized note of a few things that I wanted them to share. And what I asked of them is only to share about these products if they truly liked them. That's really important. And that was kind of like a scary piece for me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, if they don't share at all, then they don't like them. And then what am I going to do? And then I'm just like down another rabbit hole, which is like where I live. But what I did is I put together 3 bullet points that I wanted them to know about my brand. So about it being cleaner candles, about the type of wax that I use, and about my mission, which is giving back to mental health organization. And then at the bottom of that note, I also let them know that I set up a discount code for their following. So for their names, I would put their name and then like 10% off discount code. So if they felt compelled to share it with their following, they could. So I really, within as much that I could control, I curated this kind of like experience for them that I wanted them to kind of regurgitate and give back to their following very easily and very concise. So it felt like a little bit of my voice, but also molded with their voice, which I think is really important. And one of the problems I've had with influencer marketing is that I just don't feel like it's very authentic most of the time. So I want to tell you guys specifically about these 2 accounts. I'm not going to tell you their names, because I actually did not disclose to them that I would be making a YouTube video based off this stuff. But I feel like it's okay, and I don't think I need their permission for that, because again, I'm not disclosing who they are. And if you happen to see them on the stories that I reshared from what they shared, then maybe you can figure it out. But you'd really have to dig into archives for that, and stories only last 24 hours. So the first person, I will say influencer 1 in this situation. Just a little bit of background. She is a book account, so she shares a lot about books that have come out, books that she's reading, does a lot of reviews. She has a very captive audience. And what I mean by that is, if you look at the amount of followers that someone has, usually if their posts have about 5 to 10% of likes to that account following, then that means that they have an active and engaged community. So let me say that again. So Instagram is considered a successful Instagram account if you have 5 to 10% of your following engaging with your posts. So if I have 100 followers and 5 to 10 of those followers are liking my post, that's considered successful. Don't even get me started on how low I think those numbers are to begin with, but anyway, that's a whole other video. So this person had 30,000 followers, very active on their social media, doing reels, doing photos, really takes care of it, and I just loved her voice in the book reviews. I felt like we had similar interests in that regard. So she got her package and she shared 2 stories, and out of the 24 hours that she had that story up, I gained 2 followers. I did notice that she did not share the discount code. I don't know if that would have changed anything or not. And I followed up with her and she said that she loved the candle. So I don't know if she just didn't feel it in her heart to like offer the discount code, or I don't really know. I tried to kind of strike up more conversation with her. She said she loved the candles. Thank you so much for sending them. But that conversation just kind of fell flat. So that was it. That's really uneventful, I know. Well, I'm hoping you think that that's uneventful because I think it's uneventful. So I sent her the candles. She liked the candles. She shared 2 stories. I got 2 followers out of it. And just so you know, when I say I got 2 followers out of it, I would go and look at that new followers account and see if we had the influencer in common. I got 2, which is better than none. My goal in this was really to get sales, which is why I included that discount code to kind of incentivize people to come and check it out. So that one really fell flat for me. I don't really know what else I could have done in that regard. And I didn't want to continue or even get her pricing or anything for further posts, because just from that one that was solicited by me, of course, but not paid for, I didn't feel like any return on investment would be happening with that account going forward. So you live and you learn. That one was not for me. Okay, so let's talk about influencer number 2. So this one, this woman was wonderful, and I love her account. It's more interior design, kind of DIY, home, farm living, very much the aesthetic of the candles that I sent. She also is very conscientious about like clean products and things that I just felt like aligned really well with my brand. This influencer had 60,000 followers, so it was actually double of the first influencer that I just mentioned. What she did is she shared about 5 different stories, all in a sequence of my brand. So what she did is she talked about the bullet points that I gave her, she shared the discount code, and she really just talked about what she liked within each candle and kind of documented like the line of all of the products that I gave her. She was the one who asked for more. That one, I actually got 22 new followers in the span of 24 hours. All of those 22, I verified that we were connected from this account. And I actually got 1 sale from this. They used the discount code, so I was able to track it. Thankfully, that sale paid for all of the product that I sent to her. So it ended up working out, and I was kind of like dead even on it, so it didn't really hurt. But this one I followed up with her, and she said she absolutely liked the candles, and I said, you know, what would it look like if we went forward? And so she sent me her pricing for the sequence of 5 that she did already for me. It cost about $300, and if I wanted to get a post in her feed, it would cost me $550. And I was like, and that was just a one-time deal. So one time to reach her 60,000 followers, which it doesn't really reach 60,000 because Instagram does not put you in front of all of your followers. So let's even say 30,000 at that point. 30,000 is huge, but based on the results that we already did as kind of a trial run, again, I got 22 new followers and I got 1 sale. It didn't really make sense. Now, the things that did make sense were she shared with me the results of her story analytics, which I will share with you guys here. The story analytics were interesting because for that, I think between the 2 that she shared with me, I had about 95 people click the buttons to go to my profile on Instagram, and then on another one it was like 101. So 196 people clicked her story to come to my profile. Now from there, I got 22 new followers and 1 sale. So I did the math on that just loosely, and that's an 8% conversion rate, which isn't great. It's not terrible for Instagram, but it definitely isn't like something that I feel like would be worth the $300 story fee or the $550 post fee. I'm grateful for this experience, and I'm grateful for what I learned from it and the analytics that she shared with me, because I think it was very insightful. I mean, out of her 60,000 followers, she had about 3,000 people look at her story. So those are really strong numbers for me to kind of know in the back of my mind as a marketer, as a business owner. You know, I think we get so caught up in these like follower numbers and like, I got to get more followers. And that just isn't converting. Like, it's just not like a love language between a small business owner. And I think we really need to know that. All right, you guys, so here's the moment you've been waiting for. If you haven't already drawn your own conclusion, my conclusion to influencer marketing is that it is simply not for me. Now, I do have a little bit of a sidebar with that statement, because I am now more open to being proven wrong with this, but I really feel like for my brand and what I am really promoting with my why statements and things like that and our mission is, it doesn't fit for me. But I will always be open to an opportunity if there is someone who is considered an influencer to change my mind, but also be a more integral part of my marketing plan. So if there is someone that their aesthetic makes sense, their target audience is active and listening and makes sense for me, I think if I were to work with an influencer going forward, I would make them more of an integral part of my marketing plan and budget. And what I mean by that is I hire help for people to help me with things like Pinterest or email marketing or social media marketing with my other businesses. I haven't gotten there yet with my candle business, but I plan to, just for the sake of time, and I only have so many hands. I would bring on someone who would be a monthly fee or a monthly cost. I know that it's a bit more hands-on. Yeah, they might be promoting on stories and Facebook and have so many things that they have to do in a month, but also have them up to date and up to speed on what's coming next and what they can talk about within my brand that really relates to them, and just have a bit more of a relationship between it rather than it being, so I'm paying you this, go say that. It just feels robotic. It feels like smoke and mirrors, and it feels inauthentic to me so far. I leave the door open because one, I would love to have my mind changed, but it's just not there yet. Okay, so here's the bonus tip that I wanted to give you guys, and really the aha, like epiphany that I had with this whole experience of influencer marketing. I have firsthand access to so many influencers, and those are my existing customers. I don't know why I didn't look at this before in this way, but the customers that I already have involved in buying and sharing about Upside goods are totally underutilized right now. And a case in point is that there is a woman here locally who bought 5 of my candles around Christmas time, and she's bought 3 more since. She has a following here in the local Albuquerque area. She owns her own business, and every time that she shares a story, very authentically, very organically, I always pick up new followers, and I've even picked up new sales. Her friends, her existing following, I don't know how they're related, but I'm just like, wait a minute, why am I not like exercising this more? And so what I'm going to be doing going forward is really empowering my existing customers to share what they like about the candles. And how I'm going to continue to do this is really continually market the hashtags that I use. I'm going to continually be giving them discounts and surveys and things that I can just be really accentuating their voice. I'm going to continue to be sharing, like, can you leave a review? Please share if you like this, and anything like that. I'm just going to really, really focus on who is already in my corner to uplift them as they continue to uplift my brand. And that really is the aha moment that I had from this entire experience, is that influencers are already an integral part of my brand and my business. And I've been overlooking them this entire time for the sake of how many followers someone else might have. And that's what I've learned from this experience. So a couple of things. If you have comments or experiences to share, please leave them below. I am always open to having my mind changed about this. I can't say it enough. But I also do feel really strongly about some of the things that I've witnessed and experienced firsthand. If you are an influencer, I hope that I did not insult you, especially with my air quotes. And if you're a fellow candle maker, please check out the Candle Collective. It's where I will share tips and firsthand video releases with you guys pertaining to what we're talking about in all of these videos. If you're from a different industry, but still find this information helpful and want to see more videos tailored to what you're talking about, please let me know. The comments below are where I go to all the time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait till next time.